Hello, this is Dr. Patricia Crane.
And I'm Rick Nichols.
Welcome to the Heal Your Life Workshop Leader Training Introduction. Thank you for taking the time to listen and watch. First, I'd like to start with an opening meditation from our favorite author, Louise Hay. So if you're in a place you can do so safely, please take a deep breath, relax, and close your eyes. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I support myself, and life supports me. My day begins with gratitude and joy. I look forward with enthusiasm to the adventures of the day, knowing that in my life all is good. I am the living, loving, joyous expression of life. All is well in my world. And don't you just feel good just listening to that? What we're going to cover in this intro is our backgrounds, how we came to find Louise's work and how it changed our lives, how the training came about and Louise approved it, what the training week includes, and frequently asked questions. At the end of the presentation, if there's a question that hasn't been answered, absolutely feel free to email us or call us. My own journey began with a meditation practice just to reduce stress. But what I noticed is I began thinking things and they would happen. And that set me on a quest to find out what was going on. Louise hadn't even published her book at that point, but I did find other books and workshops that told me that we create our reality. And while this was a new concept, it really did resonate with me. Later, I did find Louise's book. In 1984, she published You Can Heal Your Life, and I probably was one of the first people that bought it. A couple of years later, I was fortunate enough to meet her at a breakfast meeting and got on her mailing list, talked to her afterwards, and subsequently went to the first 1-week intensive that she had ever offered. And that was amazing, with people from all over the world coming together to really change and grow and use Louise's work in effective ways. I went to another intensive with Louise, and then I was fortunate enough to be asked to be on staff with her. And that was amazing. The next several intensives, I was part of a group of the staff people, and we had wonderful, wonderful experiences. Toward the end of that time, Louise was on the Oprah show. And even back then, when Oprah held up a book, it was a bestseller overnight. So the Hay House phones were ringing off the hook, and Louise was too busy to do a lot of things she had done before. So she called me and a couple of other people that had been assistants with her and said, how would you like to start leading the 2-day Love Yourself, Heal Your Life workshop, and Hay House will promote you? Well, of course, we were thrilled. So that's how it started with leading the 2-day workshop. Eventually, besides other places, I went to England to lead it. And there the students were so excited, they came to me at the end and said, you know, the workshop has changed our lives so much over and above the book. Do you think you could lead a training program? So I came back to the U.S., I called Louise and said, people want a training program. And she said, fantastic. You put it together and I will be able to approve it and you can go from there. So here we are in 2000, almost 14, now we're in 2013. And let me tell you where the program is now. We have trained Heal Your Life workshop leaders in 66 countries around the world, 38 U.S. states, and we've also authorized 14 teachers in other countries, mostly where they don't speak English, and they are authorized after they've done 2 years of work with us. So the program's expanded in ways that I could never have imagined, but Spirit had a plan, and Spirit has guided me and Rick all the way through this. So that's my background, and now I'd like to turn this over to Rick, and he can tell you more about his background.
Okay, thank you. I'm Rick Nichols, Patricia's partner in life and business and all things wonderful, and we have a wonderful time in life teaching these courses and just being who we are. How I got started on this, a while back, I guess it was in my early 40s, I began to have an idea that I wanted to change my life. And I'd actually had that idea before and declared that I was going to change things and set about doing that. And actually what happened is I recreated the same life over and over again. Now, you may be able to relate to that because most people do it. But I said, this time I'm going to actually change my life. I'm going to actually make a different life to live. And I told a friend of mine about that, and she said, why don't you try affirmations? I said, okay, what are they? And so she was telling me about them, and she bought me a flip card thing for my desk. It had 365 affirmations on it, and the idea was that you go through this, and I guess at the end of the year, after having done all these affirmations, your life would change. Well, I thought, probably not, but I put it on my desk anyway, and it sat there for a while. And eventually I read the introduction because I wanted to know more about what affirmations were. And in the introduction, she said she was moved to create this card deck by something she read in a book. And what she read was, the point of power is in the present moment. The point of power is in the present moment. And I thought, wow. You know how sometimes you get something like that and it just resonates? That resonated. So I set out in search of the point of power. Now, she said that she had seen this line in a book called The Nature of Personal Reality, which was a channel of an entity known as Seth by Jane Roberts. The same person that gave me the affirmation cards found the book for me, and I started reading it, and it made a mess out of my life right away. And I began to wonder, what's going on? Is this book causing this problem? So I called a friend of mine who claimed to be a psychic. And that's why I thought of psychics in those days, that people claim to be psychics, but there really aren't any. That has changed my mind now, of course. But I said, Sam, I'm having trouble. I'm reading this book, The Nature of Personal Reality, and having all kinds of trouble. What do you think is causing that? She said, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? You're a psychic. Psychics are supposed to know these things. She said, well, I don't know. So why don't you call my friend in San Francisco? She is a psychic to the psychics, and she'll know. So I called her friend, and her friend said, I know what the problem is. We're reading at the graduate level, and you need to be reading at the elementary level. The information in that book you're reading is very real and very true, and it's entering your unconscious mind and creating problems for you because you don't know how to work with it. So I said, well, what do I do? She said, go get a book called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And she said, read it from cover to cover, and then go back to the front cover again and start over and just crawl slowly through it. And she said, I promise you your life will change when you finish reading that book. And I did exactly as she said, because once in a while I will follow instructions. So I did exactly as she said and crawled through the book. And eventually I came out right where I am now, actually teaching Louise's principles and living married to a wonderful woman, and just leading a life that I absolutely couldn't have imagined in those days. In fact, an interesting thing is that when I finished reading the book, I thought, you know, that Louise Hay, she must be quite a woman to write this stuff. She's pretty smart. I'd like to meet her someday. Well, just a few short years after that, I found myself dancing with her at the opening of the Heal Your Life, or opening of the Hay House offices in Carlsbad, California. So it matters a lot. And the beautiful thing about Louise's book, You Can Heal Your Life, is it is elementary. It is easy for anyone to understand. But being elementary doesn't mean it isn't powerful. So I'm absolutely a crusader now for this book and affirmations in general. And so I'm just so thrilled to have this opportunity to speak with you a bit about it now. And I'll turn this back over to Patricia.
Thank you. Now I'd like to talk about the training week itself. The first day everybody gets there in the afternoon, we do a welcome and orientation, and you'll see a beautiful group of our assistants. We don't have the exact same ones every single time, but these are several of our top assistants that come along for many of them. And right in the middle of that group is Catherine Dietz, and she is also helping us organize the next training in February of 2014. And Catherine would like to share with you her experience with the Heal Your Life training when she went and some of the things she's been doing afterwards.
So my experience with the Heal Your Life training last year was incredible, and the one word that I kept on saying over and over and over again when I described it to people after we were done was just beautiful. It was just a beautiful experience. And Rick and Patricia are so good at what they do, and the whole entire experience of the training and the interaction and even the meals and the place that we stay and everything was just phenomenal. It was really handled with a lot of efficiency and professionalism and a lot of love. I mean, to have a whole week of training with 40-plus people in dealing with all of the details that go along with that, I was really impressed with how efficient and professional it was. And I remember hearing a number of people say the same thing, that they had been to a number of trainings over the year, and this was one of the best that they had been to. So that definitely increased the experience and the pleasure of the experience. Personally, on a healing level, I was amazed at how much more I healed through that process. I had done a lot of Louise's work up to that point and really felt like I was in a very good place, and I was, but it got me to an even better place. And I was really amazed at how much happened within that week and how much we shared with all the other people that were there, and all these people from all over the world. There were people from China and Mexico and Canada and just all over. And so you really got a good mix of people and personalities and customs and ways of looking at things, and you interact with all these people a lot throughout that whole week, and you learn a lot about them and you learn a lot about yourself. And so it was just phenomenal and a beautiful experience. Since then, I've done a number of workshops, and as Patricia was saying earlier, when people are connecting with her and saying it's so great to see the people that we're teaching are really benefiting from this, and it's true. I've done probably over 20 workshops since the training last year. I've done a couple of 8-week series too, and just seeing before your very eyes what this helps people do in their life and the joy and confidence that it brings to them to be able to make good choices for themselves is a really beautiful experience too. So it just keeps on evolving in a really good way, and even still, in leading the workshops, you really keep on learning more and more about yourself. The whole forgiveness process, I have to say, before the training, I thought that I understood it. I thought that I got it. I thought that I had done it. And then going through the training, it got me to a whole nother level of that. And then actually teaching the workshops, and when we talk about forgiveness, I'm just continually amazed at how much I'm healing myself in the process as well as helping other people too. So it was really great. Rick and Patricia are both incredibly supportive during the training and very supportive after the training as well. They give you a wealth of information to get yourself started and ideas and just different avenues of getting your workshop practice going. And then they also do monthly calls where you can check in and people share their experiences with one another. So you're always connecting with people of like-minded and learning from them and learning from Rick and Patricia too. So it's not just a 1 week of training and that's it. It continues on to be a very continuous, supportive relationship of sharing this work, and it's just a really beautiful experience. Beautiful is always the word that comes to mind. So I get really excited about it. I hope I'm not talking too fast. I tend to talk really fast when I get excited, but I still, to this day, whenever I talk about it, I get very, very excited and just happy to share it. So anybody who's interested in sharing the work with other people and who believe in Louise's philosophy, I highly, highly recommend this experience.
Thank you, Catherine. We appreciate you sharing. As the week goes on, you are actually a participant the next 2 days in the Love Yourself, Heal Your Life workshop that Louise created. Now, if you can attend that workshop before you even come to the training or a study group with one of our already licensed teachers, we very much encourage you to do that. And that website is www.healyourlifeworkshops.com. We encourage you to go there, look up your area, and find out who is licensed in your area. And also, again, attend one of the workshops if they're being given, and or just have a few hours of coaching, and then you'll just get a little deeper of experience before you even come to the program. But we always take everyone through the 2-day workshop again, even if they've done it before or if they haven't for the first time, because we know that you can continue deepening your own growth. I actually did 7 intensives with Louise, and I'll tell you, they changed my life dramatically. We also have lots of love and fun as part of the experience. So, we're doing some fun things. You're learning more about yourself and understanding yourself more. And we really have and encourage a lot of bonding between the participants. We have additional sessions as the week goes on the mind-body connection, intuition, prosperity, which is always a fun one, how to lead study groups, and of course the marketing. You get after the 2-day workshop, you actually get all your materials, a full script, CDs, handouts, everything you need to lead the 2-day workshop. And you also get a second manual on a 10-week study group. And then you also get, again, a little marketing packet. And we go through marketing quite a bit because, of course, getting people and attracting people into your workshops is really important. When the program is in San Diego, we bring everyone out to our ranch for the final full day of the program on Friday. Not only do we offer a labyrinth walk, Rick has built a beautiful labyrinth on our property, which is a wonderful walking meditation and time of intuiting some of your next steps in life. We have some fun that day as well, and we also go into more of the marketing process and also some of the first steps that you can take when you get home. The last day is certificates, and here's one of our certificate people from the last training in September from Turkey, and again our wonderful group of assistants. Our training hotel is the Bahia, and it's right on Mission Bay in San Diego. It's a beautiful location on the bay and then only 3 blocks from the beach. And it's really a lovely place. Every room has a full kitchen, so for any special food needs, you can definitely meet those. And we also do the best we can with all our buffets. The next training is actually February 22nd through March 1st in San Diego. And we certainly invite you to come to that one. If you're moved to attend this training, we can just guarantee that you will have a wonderful experience. Here are some of the frequently asked questions that we get. If you haven't already read all the emails, what is the cost? Is there a discount? And is there a payment plan? The full cost is $4,295, and that actually includes your hotel room, most of your meals, which very few programs do, all your training materials, the manuals, the CDs, handouts, everything, and then also quite extensive follow-up afterwards. However, we do have a discount of $400 if you are a member of the Hay House Wisdom community, which only costs $48 and has lots of benefits. So you get a $400 discount if you join the Hay House Wisdom community, or if you have been to an I Can Do It conference. So either one of those will get you that discount. You just have to let us know. And then the deposit is $699, and the discount comes off of your balance. So for double occupancy, which is how it's set up, the balance is $3,196, and yes, we do have a payment plan for that. $1,300 in mid-January, $1,300 mid-February, and the final $596 toward the end of March. And if you choose single occupancy, that is extra. That's $550 extra, and that extra is divided between the first 2 payments. Next question we're often asked, I live in San Diego or I have relatives there, know someone, can I commute daily? And the answer is no, we actually require everyone to stay at the hotel. And the reason is because we really want to maintain the group energy and the focus on the training. And if you're going back and forth every day, your concentration on what we're really doing there is broken. And I can tell you that anyone who did live in San Diego, which Catherine Dietz actually does, and also stayed at the hotel can tell you that that was a really good decision and a really good requirement because it really enhances everything that you're doing. The next one, what do your Heal Your Life trainees do after the training? Do they really lead workshops? Absolutely, and many of them go home and almost immediately lead a workshop, and often people start with a free movie night that then leads into a workshop. Again, if you go to www.healyourlifeworkshops.com, then you'll find a listing of upcoming events. Not everyone lists them, but many people do, and you can see all the ones that are being offered worldwide. Will you ever offer a training in my location? The reason that we don't move the training around very much is it's not really a local program. People fly in from all over the world, and we have very specific requirements for the hotels. So it actually works best for us to hold them in the same location every time because then the hotel knows us, we know them, they know the kinds of needs that our group has, and it works really well that way. Next, the difference between a workshop leader and a coach. The workshop leader program is the first one that we started and that Louise approved, and it actually gives you specific materials to go out and lead workshops. As a workshop leader, you're actually setting the agenda for the people that come to the workshop. Now, certainly you're going to answer their questions and their issues and things like that, but you have a set of exercises that you guide them through that are very, very powerful. So you're setting the agenda with the exercises as set up in the 2-day workshop and the study group. A coach, on the other hand, lets the client set the agenda. Now, you may use some of the same exercises with your client, but your client is actually telling you what they want, and then you're developing a program around what they want to help guide them with the Heal Your Life work to achieve the goals that they have in life. The coach training is our advanced program, so you do have to do the workshop leader training first, and then you're eligible for the coach training. The next one in 2014 will be March 31st through April 5th, and that's going to be in Denver, Colorado. And we chose that primarily because Louise is going to be speaking at the Hay House I Can Do It, which is being offered in Denver for the first time. So we absolutely encourage you to do the workshop leader training first, and then you'll be eligible to come to the coach training in March. And the coach training cost, if you're doing the program first, the workshop leader program in February, your cost is actually $2,795, and that's for a 6-night program. Again, includes your lodging, your meals, and all your materials. You may have also read about the Heal Your Life licensing program, and here's how that works. When Louise and I first started and she approved the training program, it was a hug and a handshake. But as time has gone by, first of all, she's no longer doing much day-to-day with Hay House, as you can imagine, at a wonderful age of 87 and still active, but she really trusts the people at Hay House that are running it now. And also, when the movie came out, You Can Heal Your Life, the movie, Hay House decided to trademark Heal Your Life and You Can Heal Your Life. And their trademark lawyer called us and said, how would you like to do a licensing program with us? So besides Hay House, your trainees will be the only ones who can use Heal Your Life and You Can Heal Your Life. Now, doesn't that sound great? We thought so. So we started with a licensing program in 2009, and we've been extremely happy with how that has worked out. There is a cost to it. It's $99 a year, a very, very modest cost for all the benefits you get, which I'll talk about in a moment. And it's $49 the first year when you take the training. So we do give you a discount then. We give you another discount if you take the coach training. In the U.S. and Canada, we also were required by Hay House to get a group insurance policy, and that's $150 a year. And that can be payable in 3 separate little payments, so that helps financially as well. But that covers you for personal and professional liability, and it's really a fantastic policy. The added benefits we created for the licensed teachers, which are actually bonuses on the licensing. You have bio and events that you can list on Heal Your Life workshops, which I've already talked about. There's a monthly Heal Your Life news and inspiration that promotes you. There's a new 3-hour course each year, which certainly is worth $99 just by itself. And we have Heal Your Life tables in the U.S., Canada, and the UK I Can Do It conferences. We also have private Facebook groups that are really fantastic for sharing and support. We do monthly support teleconferences. And then there's a link to Heal Your Life workshops from the events pages on healyourlife.com. And also the Dear Coach letters that we do, the coaches can answer those, and those come from louisehay.com, from her website, since Louise no longer answers those. And here we are at the I Can Do It with Louise. Again, we have a table that promotes. We invite you to join our global Heal Your Life family by attending the training. And the deposit link is on the teacher training page on this site where you're watching, and that is www, or if you're not, healyourlifetraining.com. You can sign up for more information on the right-hand column, and again, we'd be happy to talk to you personally about any other questions you might have. So in closing, again, Louise has such beautiful meditations in her book. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. My life is ever new. Each moment of my life is new and fresh and vital. My new world is a reflection of my new thinking. It is a joy and a delight to plant new seeds, for I know these seeds will become my new experiences. All is well in my world.
Hi, this is Rick again. Just want to let you know that we do live conference calls from time to time where we explain all the particulars about the workshop training as we have been doing today. An interesting thing about the live calls is it seems to draw more information out of us because people are asking specific questions of their own. So if you would like to join us on a call sometime, you will probably gain much more information about how the workshop operates. If you are on Heal Your Life Training website right now, look to the sidebar on the right and you will see a dialog box that will allow you to enter your name and email address. And what that will do is give us an opportunity to send you an email letting you know when we have a call coming up. So if you're interested in that, please fill in the box now. Thank you for joining us today. It has been a pleasure working with you through this video, and we look forward to meeting you in person very soon. Make it a wonderful day. Bye-bye.